All right. Hey, Pastor Julian here from PastorJulian.com. Wanted to hop on here right quick to talk about some updates with regarding some of this small business financing that we are able to get. Some folks have I've been talking to some folks and they got their money. You know, the same money I told y'all you can get that $10,000 up to $10,000 advance that some folks was getting from the SBA that some people were talking about saying you shouldn't do or they're nervous about getting or whatever. Well, I've been talking to some people and they got their money. Some people close to me actually received their money. So the first question I want to ask you, did you apply for this EIDL at up to $10,000 advance that was free grant money from the government? You know that you're not going to get, the government don't give out free money. So if you have not already applied for this, chances are you probably won't get it. I looked online, I think yesterday, to see if you were still able to go on there and apply for it, and now they're not even accepting any applications at this time. So I'm thinking that pretty much is gone. If you have not already applied for that, that is over for you. Also, I'm finding out that a lot of folks are so caught up and so enamored and excited about being on unemployment, they are thinking about not even going back to work. Last statistic I saw was about 30 million people who are out of work, and most of them, I'm sure, are applying for unemployment. And those who are getting unemployment, receiving unemployment, a vast majority of them are actually getting more money from unemployment than they were getting when they were actually working. So the question is now, how to get people back to work? how to get people back to going to work when they're actually doing better by getting unemployment and kind of staying home. So it's going to be, even though unemployment doesn't last forever, there are some people who are actually benefiting from having this time with their family, not having to go to work and worry about that kind of stuff. They're just actually just enjoying their quarantine, their stay in place or whatever. And I know that they're saying the government is opening back up, but are they going to go back to work when it does open up is a big question for a lot of people, especially the businesses who are trying to get the PPP loan, and as the paycheck protection program that people are wanting to get and try to get into. Some have also received money from that. However, the stipulations to getting that loan as a business, as a small business, is you have to have folks back to work by the end of June. And if they're on unemployment, they're not, and they're getting more money at home than they are actually at work. How you gonna get them back inside of that office? How you gonna get them back inside of your business? What incentives rather are you looking at trying to do to get them back to work? So now the issue is not just about folks being off work. Now it's trying to see how we can get them back to work. And so now we're looking at a lot of businesses who are thinking about what type of incentives they can use or create or come up with to get folks back working. Because if you don't get folks back working, eventually businesses will fall, economy will have issues there because folks are not working. So what are you doing to get people back? And going back to the PPP loan, it's only supporting you for 8 weeks, and then after those 8 weeks, you got to start having some other contingencies on what you're going to do. After that, to start making sure that you can that loan that they're giving you turns into a grant. So that's why I said earlier, when I first started talking about this money from the SBA, I started saying, I said, please look at the terms and conditions when you're applying for this stuff, because you're going to have some stringent terms and conditions on that in order for you to be able to this loan rather to turn into a grant or be granted to you, so you don't have to worry about trying to get that money or trying to pay that money back. Even though they're saying even if it does turn into a loan or stay a loan rather, the interest rate on it, I believe, is only 1%, but still it's 1% paying that money back in place of 1 to 2 years. So you really want to look at those things. But the question I have for most people is, did you get your money? Did you apply for the EIDL and get that up to $10,000 advance? If you did not, the door on that is closed. The door on that is closed. and this, the stuff that you have to really move fast on. You can't wait forever to get to with the government waits forever, but you can't wait forever to contact the government. That's the way things are. So again, that door is closed. If you have not already received that money, if you haven't already applied for that door pretty much is closed. If you've applied for it and you're still waiting on it, chances are you're still going to get it. I'm hearing reports that a lot of people, when they are applying for this, they find out that they check their credit. Of course, they check their credit, and then after they check their credit, a day or two later, they receive these monies inside of their checking account. So I'm encouraging you. Hopefully, you have already applied. Check back periodically to see if the money is there. They're not gonna call you. They're not gonna give you no big old notice or nothing. You're just gonna wake up one day and the money's gonna be in your account. So hopefully, you've already applied for this, and you'll be able to get that money. All right. So just wanted to holler at you about that. I said I was going to continue to do updates when I find out different things. So there you go. Hope that you're blessed by this, and as always, be empowered.